Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Amma ba'd. Fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah. Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Nabiyallah. Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Noorallah. The Prophet of mankind, the peace of our heart and mind, the most generous and kind, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, has said in a summary of hadith, whoever recites the Durood Sharif and salawat upon me, I will intercede for him. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Salatan wa salaman alayka ya Rasulullah, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The blessed month of Safar al-Mudaffar is indeed a month where many a'ras and death anniversaries of great awliya are celebrated. One of those great awliya Allah is the reviver of the Sunnah, the reviver of Islam, the reviver and mujaddid of the 14th century Hijri of the Islamic calendar. Who is he? He is none other than Aala Hazrat, the Imam of the Ahlul Sunnah, the reviver of Sunnah, the eradicator and destroyer of bid'ah, the scholar of sharia, the guide of tariqah, Allama, Maulana Al-Hajj, Al-Hafiz, Al-Qari, Al-Shah, Imam Ahmad Raza Khan, alayhi rahmatur rahman. He was born on Monday, the 10th of Shawwal, 1272 AH, corresponding to the 14th of June, 1856. At the time of Dhuhr Salah in Jasuli, which is one of the areas in Bareilly Sharif, Hind. The name corresponding to the year of his birth is Al-Mukhtar. His birth name is Muhammad. His grandfather called him Ahmad Raza, and he thus became famous by this name. Sayyid Ayyub Ali, rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, has stated that when Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi was a little child, a teacher would come to him, to his house, and teach him the glorious Quran. One day, whilst teaching, the teacher asked Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi again and again to utter a certain word from the Quranic ayat, from the Quranic verses. But he rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi could not utter this word as instructed by his teacher. The teacher would pronounce the word with a zabr, a fatha, but Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi pronounced that word with a zair, a kasrah. When Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, his grandfather, Maulana Raza Ali Khan rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, he noticed the situation and he called Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi closer and asked for the Holy Quran so that the correct word could be seen in it. On seeing the Holy Quran, he discovered that the scribe had mistakenly put or written a zabr, a fatha, in place of a zair, a kasra. Therefore, what Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi was uttering was correct. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. His grandfather rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi asked, Ahmad Raza, why did you not utter the word that your teacher instructed? Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi politely replied, I tried to utter as the teacher was instructing, but I felt as if I did not have any control over my tongue. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. When similar incidences took place many times, the teacher asked Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi in private, my son, be honest with me. I promise I will not tell anybody. Are you a human being or a jinn? Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi replied, all praises are due to Allah Azza wa Jal. I am a human being. However, I have been blessed with the benevolence and bounty of Allah Azza wa Jal. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. at the young age of 13 years, 10 months and 4 days, a dastar, that is a certification upon the completion of Islamic studies, was conferred upon Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, as he had completed all the traditional Islamic disciplines from his respected father, Maulana Naqi Ali Khan rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi. On that same day, he rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi wrote a fatwa in reply to a query. Finding the fatwa correct and accurate, his exalted father, Maulana Naqi Ali Khan rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, delegated him to the office of the Mufti. And Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi continued the services of iftar till his demise. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. Aala Hazrat Imam Ahmad Raza Khan rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi was blessed with unimaginable treasures of knowledge in innumerable disciplines. He made his contribution to more than 50 disciplines and sciences and wrote many valuable books. He possessed expertise in almost every discipline. He had such perfection in ilm al-tawqeet, that is the science of the timings of salah and fasting, that he would set his clock just by looking at the sun during the daytime and at the stars at night. The time he would set was always accurate and never deferred by even a single minute. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi was exceptionally skilled in mathematics as well. Once, Dr. Ziauddin, the Vice Chancellor of Aligarh University, who himself possessed foreign degrees and awards, he visited Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi to seek the solution to a mathematical equation. Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi asked him to explain what the equation and problem was. He replied that it is not so easy to express. He rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi then asked again, express it, explain a little. The Vice Chancellor described the full complexity of the equation and problem, and to his astonishment, Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi instantly provided a satisfactory solution. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. Stunned by listening to the correct answer, Dr. Ziauddin said, I had made up my mind before to go to Germany for the solution to this equation and problem. But fortunately, our Professor of Islamic Studies, Maulana Sayyid Sulaiman Ashraf Sahib, guided me here to you. It seems as if you were already looking into the solution to the same problem in some book. He went back pleased and satisfied. Also, he became so impressed by the grand personality of Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi that subhanallah azza wa jal, he grew a beard and became regular and punctual in offering his salah and observing fasts in the blessed month of Ramadan. Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi also possessed considerable proficiency in taksir, astronomy, etc. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Abu Hamid Sayyid Muhammad Kachorchwi rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi has stated that when people felt exhausted in search of the articles of jurisprudence and fiqh for the completion of their answers, they went to the blessed court of Aala Hazrat rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, who provided the correct references immediately. Aala Hazrat Imam Ahmad Raza Khan rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi would promptly give such replies as this clause is present with so and so wording in so and so line of so and so page of so and so volume of Raddul Muhtar. That clause is present in so and so line of so and so page of Durr Mukhtar. This wording is available in so and so line, page number, volume of Alamgiri. Likewise, he rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi would inform of the exact wordings with accurate page and line numbers of the books of Islamic jurisprudence and fiqh, such as Hindiya, Khairiyya, Mabsut, etc. When the original books were referred to, the very same wordings, the very same line numbers, the very same page numbers as uttered by Aala Hazrat Rahmatullah Ta'ala alayhi was found. All we can say is that he had memorized the last 1400 years worth of books by virtue of divinely bestowed power of memory. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sayyid Ayyub Ali, rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, has mentioned that one day Aala Hazrat, rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, said, some people who are unaware, they write the title of Hafiz with my name, whereas I do not deserve this title because I am not a Hafiz of the glorious Quran. Sayyid Ayyub, rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, further says that Aala Hazrat, rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, started to memorize the glorious Quran from that very same day. Probably the duration for this memorization was from having made the wudu for Salatul Isha to the commencement of the Jamaat of Salatul Isha. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. Aala Hazrat Rahmatullah Ta'ala alayhi memorized one juz, one para and section every day, and he finished the 30 paras of the glorious Quran on the 30th day. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. On one occasion, Aala Hazrat Rahmatullah Ta'ala alayhi said, I have memorized the Holy Quran in the sequence, making efforts. I have done so in order that the utterances of the people who write this title of Hafiz with my name may not turn out to be wrong. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The personality of Aala Hazrat Rahmatullah Ta'ala alayhi was a symbol of profound love for the exalted Nabi sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. The intensity of his love of Aala Hazrat Rahmatullah Ta'ala alayhi for Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam may be realized by reading his poetic masterpiece called Hadaik-e-Bakhshish, in which every line on every page is an obvious and open proof of his immense love for the exalted Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Every single line which he rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi has written in praise of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam from the bottom of his heart testifies to his immense love and admiration for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He never wrote poetry in flattery of any worldly lord, because he had adopted obedience and devotion to Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam with his heart and soul. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant us, for the sake of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, grant us as well the devotion, the obedience and loyalty and love of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Ameen bijahin Nabiyil Ameen sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.